Hello Internet creatures! Today's video is about clamping cauls. A caul is basically anything you use to redistribute the force of a clamp on whatever you're working on. It usually goes in between the clamp and your workpiece. What I've come up with is this very high-tech solution of tape and bamboo skewers. If you don't have bamboo skewers, you can use chunks of sprue. I'll show you how I use these. So basically I use these in situations where clamps just won't stay put. Say I want clamping pressure right here at the nose, a clamp's not going to stick. A rubber band would also likely fall off. I could use a piece of tape, but the problem with that is if you draw tape across the point, it's going to tear before you can really get any kind of pressure on there. And on other places where you might use tape or rubber bands, you know, if you're using tape, you can't actually see the joint while you're closing it, and you lose the option of putting glue on after the tape's in place because it'll just wick under and ruin your surface. Similar problem with rubber bands. Also, if you're trying to put a rubber band, say, in between the wing and the tail surfaces, you're stretching your rubber band around other delicate parts. Maybe you already have antennas or something on your model, or other things sticking out. And using rubber bands, you're risking damage. So, with a clamping caul, you can do something like this. Ta-da! So you can see, now I can get the clamp right up there at the tip of the nose. And I can get the clamping pressure right where I need it, and the clamp's on there pretty good. It's not going to fall off. In situations where you've got a lot of tension on the tape, you can always put another piece of tape around that way, just to make this more secure. So, the process for making these is very complex and time-consuming. Not really. Get yourself a bamboo skewer, piece of sprue, old chicken bone, doesn't really matter. Just wrap a little bit of it over. And you want it wrapped over and stuck to itself. Don't roll the tape around your sprue or skewer because it'll just unwind under tension. And then for insurance, put another piece of tape around the first just to make sure that it doesn't unstick and unwrap. It's best to make these ahead of time before you need them. You know, obviously you want to have them ready before you have your glue already on. And when you're not using them, just stick them to a clean, smooth surface so they're ready to go when you need them. If you're clamping two parts together that are meeting at a very obtuse angle, or maybe even butt joining two flat pieces, you can either use two pieces of tape on one piece of sprue or cut a hole in a broader piece of tape so that the clamp will actually pass through and grab the stick like that, and then you can actually glue together a butt joint and a flat surface.
These are also handy to use in situations like airplane wings, where if you put the clamp toward the middle where it's not going to slide off, it'll squash the parts and distort the shape. So in this case I can put the clamps right at the edge of the wing, get the parts together without distorting them. Well, I hope you find the video useful, and if you think up any more uses or any suggestions on improving this, let me know in the comments. Let everybody else know too. Bye for now.